I hope people are watching this, not just listening to it.
So
Just climbed under the table.
So with DSLR
Am I
cameras,
Am I good? All right.
there's a they don't record video for more than 30 minutes. It's 29 minutes 59 seconds. And the reason is in I think it's Europe. It's like Europe or Australia or something. Professional level recording equipment has like a really, really expensive import tax. So, and the way that they one of the prerequisites of like if it's considered amateur or professional is how long it can record HD video. And if it can record more than 30 minutes of HD video, it's considered professional level quality.
Oh, what?
So
Yeah.
the camera,
Dude.
Oh,
He was telling me about this
yeah,
shit.
the camera can actually record as much as your, I shouldn't say as much as your,
Can't
flash
you like
drive in there.
jailbreak that shit? Isn't that like when you go and you like chip your car or something?
No, you can still burn up the sensor. Like the sensor can't just run unlimited, but the sensor could run exponentially longer than what that cutoff is. But that cutoff is there so that way the camera is considered for recreational use and
Instead
not
of professional use,
use,
right?
So that way they can sell the camera for $500 instead of $2,000 because it's an insane. I don't know the exact number, but it's such an insane number that they put that restriction on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's what I wanted you to
So
know
there's
about
that.
because that's seriously it's
That's
interesting to know.
that is actually pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
to
pretty
know.
cool.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude,
really-
Yeah.
but that actually is kind of cool.
Yeah.
What a
What
world.
were you going to talk about? Didn't you have something about your cat?
What is
It's not my cat.
Oh.
It's about when I was at my dad. Okay, I'll tell you about it. Let's kick it off. Okay.
All right. Should
All
I
right.
start?
Well, do we
wanna-
know who
do you-
everyone
well,
is?
Hold on. Do you want to talk about your cat or you want to kick it off? Should
Let's
we kick it off?
I want
All
to
right,
kick it
let's
off. Let's kick it
Let's
off.
start the
Let's
fucking
start.
show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
everybody. Let's
you
do
know,
it.
you know what I mean?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
Hey, you.
All right. So,
All right.
what are you going to talk about your cat story now?
I'll talk about the cat, but are we introing?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you-
Andre Weiss.
You're real smart.
We
yeah.
are the Flesh.
Crux Crawford. We are the Flesh.
I
We
don't have a
got
cool name. I'm just Tyler.
Tyler.
That's the
Tyler
best
Stout.
part. That's
the
what I always
coolest
love.
fucking name out of all three of
That's
us.
what I
right
was
here.
saying. You
Tyler
got
Tyler.
Stout.
Andre Weiss. Crux Crawford.
I'm the CEO and president and founder. That's none of those things. But I run Electric Media Lab and Fanway Boot Camp. So
That's the
Yeah.
that's the
and he's
CEO.
also our manager
shirt.
and partner. Helps us with marketing. Helps us with everything. Keeps us all together.
and
So
I drink on the show.
That's fine.
and he drinks on the fucking
We'll
show.
allow it.
So anyway, that's what we are. We love everybody that's subscribing to us, everybody that's following us. Instagram, We Are the Flesh. Facebook, We Are the Flesh Music. If anybody's still on Facebook, Twitter's We Are the Flesh. We don't look at Twitter a lot though. We definitely show more love.
I think
to
it's
Instagram.
We Are the Flesh music on Facebook.
Yeah, didn't I say that?
I think you did.
Okay, We Are the Flesh Music. If you're on, if you like using Facebook, it's We Are the Flesh Music. But We Are the Flesh at We Are the Flesh for Instagram.
Yeah.
Our TikTok is at We Are the Flesh. We're gonna start posting stuff on there too. Triller's the same thing. But most importantly, you're probably watching or listening to this on YouTube. So obviously subscribe there. Good old, the cliche stuff. Hit the bell icon, so you subscribe so you know whenever we drop a new episode. We talked about last week how we're gonna put out a new song every month. No matter what, just constantly. So just be sure to stay tuned there so you know, and follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music, so you know when we drop new tracks, all that good shit. We dropped by the time this is out, No Love for You's out. So that's our most recent track that'll be dropped by then. It's about to drop when we're taping this, but it'll already be out by then. So that's our latest track. Go check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all the platforms. That's our first track for the new year and the new decade and 2020 and all that good shit. And now
I'm stoked on that one.
yeah, me too. Me too. We hope everybody likes it. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's kind of more. I feel like it's more different from some of the older stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, older stuff being relative, not like we've freaking waited like a year to put new stuff out, but
Yeah.
I think it's an exciting track to kick off the new year.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? High energy. It's exciting. Hope you guys like it. And if you don't, leave us
basic.
Leave us some hater comments about how basic it is. And
It's pretty basic.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
basic.
it's not very good, but I saved it. You guys should all check it out.
Not very good.
Check
5
out
out of
last
5.
week's episode when we
And
talked
I mean,
about.
they tried to talk about not having any love for you, but I say try.
Yeah, and last week we talked about the guy that reviewed "Fuck This Shit," which is awesome. If he sees this or he ever hears about the fact that we talked about him on our show,
We've got no love for you.
Give us a shout out. Actually, no, we do have love for you, man. We appreciate that. So reach out to us, man. It's all respect. But we definitely wanted to point that out. But in all seriousness, though, thanks for taking the time to give an opinion and give it a review on the song, whether it's negative or positive. We love the fact that people take time to be honest. So,
Bam.
all right. So now, more importantly,
I forgot to mention something.
The cat.
We talked about but we'll get to the cat. We'll get to the cat. But I wanted to bring this up before I forget because you doing due diligence. The review, it was awesome. It's cool. I dig it. But one thing I forgot to say, and I forgot what it was. It was Apple Music related. Oh yeah, I was gonna say one thing that we're doing is the whole month to month track a month thing instead of like the typical album cycle, touring cycle, blah blah blah.
my bad.
That was cool. I think it was cool. I think I saw on Apple Music that they give you these little insights, little highlights for your week or whatever, and I saw that we got downloads in the double digits.
oh yeah, shit,
Which
you're right.
blew
That's a
my
good thing to
mind.
talk
And then
about.
it was
Yeah,
it was
it's like 15
downloads in the
fucking-
double digits for one track.
Yeah,
In a 1 week period, and I was like, what?
that's huge. Especially, thank you everybody.
So, when you say downloads, you mean like paid the 99?
Like they paid
download?
99 cents and they downloaded it to the hard drive. It
Yeah.
was the Westworld track.
Yeah.
Which is older now. It's
Yeah.
relative. It's not the oldest track,
Well,
but
that's
it's
not one of
definitely
the top
not
downloaded tracks, but that's one that recently hit.
But
10.
recently
Yeah,
it hit. It got in the double digits for downloads, and I was like, holy crap! Like that's some serious support.
It is
And,
for real.
yeah.
Like everybody, like we're getting. It's getting to the point where we have like, no joke, like at least anywhere from 2 to 15 downloads a week, which is crazy because this is supposed to be an age where no one buys music anymore. Everybody streams. I don't as much. You know what I mean? I for sure stream way more than I buy. So serious respect and serious thank you.
Yeah,
to
whoever
everybody out
did
there
that,
who's
we don't know
downloaded.
who you are. If you let us know, we are very happy to give you a shout out because that's awesome. But yeah, I'm super stoked that I was like looking at it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Downloads? Like that's awesome. Because that's just that level of support. I dig it.
I don't think I've downloaded a song in 5 years. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm more of a streamer. I'll be honest. Like everyone else, like I'd love to say like, oh, I'm running around and downloading. But the thing is, it's just the fact of the matter is like all these different platforms. It's just whether it's SoundCloud or Spotify or Apple Music or insert whatever of the so many options out there today. Like I just like to stream. I like to make playlists. I like to go on my streaming platform and just
me
make
too.
playlists.
And
so
that's what it's all about. And that's what's
yeah.
cool. That's why we're doing that one song every month, like we touched on last week. So we're gonna get to your fucking cat. What's up?
You guys,
yeah,
really,
let's,
okay?
talk
You
about the
guys
cat.
have
Fuck the
brought
music
Waiting
up.
about the
shit.
cat. Like
We wanna talk about the cat.
Not talking about things. Waiting for the cat.
Y'all brought up the cat so much that now I'm almost like maybe.
No, it's
More importantly, before Andre Weiss started his cat story, he had to double check his FaceTime camera to make sure that his hair was on point. So, anyways, let's hear.
You
about
guys
the
really
cat.
want to hear? It's gonna be. I don't even want to save it for the end because by the time I do, it's gonna be such a letdown that we did wait till the end. So I'm just gonna mention it.
Yeah, just mention it.
I'm just okay. So okay. So I was kicking it at my dad's, and we were just hanging out, and I saw him like look at me, and he had his computer, so it was like perfect. He has his computer, and he like looks at me, and he gives me this like the kind of like this devious look, like like something funny's about to go down, and I hear this like. And I like this. I don't even know how to do the sound. Like anytime I do an impersonation of this sound, it's gonna always be different. Cause it was just It was it was like a horror movie. It's just like, and I was like, and he was looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, you just started playing something like The Ring or The Grudge or something on his like computer. Like what? I was like, what are you doing? And he just looks at me, and I'm like, that's That's not this. That's a fucking coming from outside. This cat needs to be recorded. I'm gonna get this cat, and it's gonna go on. I want it to be on a track or on a movie. I'll sell it to Hollywood. I don't care. But that's pretty much the story. It was the creepiest, scariest sound. If I was in my room at night and I heard that by myself, and I didn't think my dad was playing a prank on me, I would have probably like locked and loaded, gotten ready, called 911. It was like it was a crazy sound.
Okay, so
I would have probably locked and loaded and then prayed to the Lord and been like, save me from whatever ungodly spiritual creature is about to break down these walls or aliens or whatever. It was the craziest sound I've ever heard. It was just a cute little cat. It was a really cute cat. Gray, kind of striped.
that was like the most anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I was like, I was serious. No, like, no offense. I was like waiting for us. You're like,
It's
dude,
pretty
so
basic.
you're like building this whole moment up. You're like, I was waiting. And like my dad gives me this look like shit's about to go down. And then a cat meow. I'm like, what? Wait, that's it.
I just realized
it.
This is why you need your FaceTime camera on, by the way, because my collar was inside out this whole time.
Good.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I recorded an entire commercial and I had like, I can relate, dude. Okay, like I'm gonna stop hating on you for the FaceTime camera because I recorded an entire commercial and my collar was like curled, like one side is like curled.
What were you recording a commercial for, Tyler?
I was for FanWave Boot Camp.
Tell us more about
music marketing
FanWave
promotion
Boot
company?
Camp.
We can talk a little bit about FanWave Boot Camp.
No, I'm just playing. We don't have to.
I know. Come on, man.
Sorry, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah,
he's like, hold on. I'm good.
But no, it's a pretty funny commercial. It's gonna I don't know when this is gonna drop, but that's gonna hit like next week. So
Done.
talk a lot about the 2019 Wrapped for Spotify and how a lot of artists were.
Oh yeah, everybody's wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of artists were really excited about the stats that they saw. I think, you know, and with at least you guys included, you know, we look back at the stats and we're like, wow, you know, especially when we look at.
We had a really good year. It was awesome. We posted it.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody for the support.
3 times higher than what you guys got last year.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we had a lot of growth last year, and it's like it's really good to see that it's continuing to grow. But I mean, the reality of the situation is like a lot of artists aren't getting that growth, and you know, there's a lot of artists that are really good that aren't. But that's kind of the gist of the commercial. So
yeah, for sure.
But it's a funny ad. Like I try and make them funny and entertaining.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully, at the very least, people enjoy that. So.
Hell yeah, dude.
They better, or you're fired.
Or you're gonna get reviewed.
Oh, you know,
poorly.
I don't know why this crossed my mind, but I guess it's something cool to bring up. That you were talking about with what?
You know what? I'm not gonna build things up anymore. You're gonna remember your thing. You have a good memory. I don't.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Just fun fact, because I just I was going through my old internet history and I was thinking about last week, and I just remember when we were talking about the whole Devil's Lettuce thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The fucking movie you brought up last time.
Yeah. Did anyone? This just blew my mind because I don't know why it just caught. It's so funny to me. I've looked it up a couple times. This whole thing. You know what the budget was? You can see it.
No, I can't find it.
I'm gonna hide it now.
Oh, I saw.
Well, how much?
I shouldn't say this because like
I don't like. I would. It's
just funny.
I'm not gonna like quantify it.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to.
It's just funny. I don't know. I'm looking at it and because I remember the synopsis was so funny to me, and then like I saw the budget. It says, it's a 12-minute movie, so that's it's not like.
Yeah.
You know, for 12.
But the
okay.
budget.
Yeah, you didn't say there was 12
minutes. I didn't realize it was 12 minutes because now I'm like the budget's 5,000. How do you make an hour and a half movie for 5,000? But then I saw the runtime and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna talk crap, but just sorry, I'm totally stuck on this. I need to watch it.
You're obsessed with it. You gotta watch it.
I didn't have time. I didn't get time to watch it, and it's been on my mind, and now I need to just watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
What's a good camera package cost to rent?
Dude, what?
Nobody cares about that. I'm just saying, like it's like if it was
no,
high
I know,
quality,
I get it. I get
like,
it. Like,
if you nobody cares about this except me. If you rented like an it's true.
I can't believe I didn't even have,
camera package. That's $1,750 in one day.
How did I not get the time to watch this? It's 12 minutes. I thought it was an hour and a half movie. I was waiting to like carve out a big chunk of my life, and then I realized it's 12 minutes.
Put a TV screen right here and just
watch it while we
ourselves watching this entire 12-minute 8 out of 10 rating.
8.1, yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna like. Well, we can keep going. I promise I'm not pulling it up online right now. No, I'm not. But you know.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say before we brought up Devil's Lettuce again. You know what? On the note of movies, though, we were actually just talking about this outside earlier. I just barely, and people are probably gonna make fun of me. I'm late to the game on this. I know for sure. I just barely watched Hateful Eight, the Quentin Tarantino movie. Did you see it already?
I saw it in theaters.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that years ago.
I feel like
Dern's my buddy.
Whose joke was that? Like, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Jim Gaffigan or whatever when he's talking about like, have you ever watched a movie that everybody watched years later, and then you try to watch like, hey, I saw Heat, and then they're like, well, no, we can't talk about it. That came out years ago, man.
Yeah, that was
like,
2015.
No, but like, I just saw it. I want to see it. And they're like, no, that was so long.
So
I feel like that guy right now. It was really good. Let me ask you this, though, because I watched it on Netflix and it had a bunch of different parts. Is that how it was in the theater? Does anybody know? Was that how it was? Was that how it was?
Yeah, you remember it was like
4 parts.
Yeah.
But they separated on Netflix like their episodes. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, in the movie theater, it's not like they had
obviously,
intermissions.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, don't say obviously. You just asked. You were
well, sorry. What I meant.
Parts.
Okay, that's fair. But what I meant was like, were they like separate and but they're too short to be chapters. It's not like Star Wars where they have a fucking movie and then a year.
No,
later.
it was like just.
It was just straight up one
showing,
movie, obviously, yeah, for sure.
So,
but you know what I'm talking about on Netflix?
Maybe they put it on Netflix like that, like to shame people, because like they watch it and you've been
like
sitting
me?
there
Yeah.
and you're like lying in bed and you're like covered in popcorn,
Hold
and then
on.
they're like,
On
are you
Netflix,
sure you want to
like,
keep
have go
watching? And you're
part
like,
one,
yeah.
Part 2, Part 3, Part 4.
Yeah, it like so
it's not one movie.
So okay, so instead of running, and you'll
It's
see
like 4
if you go on
episodes, right?
Netflix and you look at what I'm talking about, then I won't sound as retarded as I probably do right now. But sorry,
retarded.
I don't sound as. Anyway, I already fucked up, so I might as well just fucking. Okay, so if you look on there, it's 4 separate parts. So
It's like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Of a TV show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't remember.
But anyway,
No, but they
don't run it as a
like
film though. They don't run it as a film. They literally just
they run it like a 4-part miniseries.
Yeah, it's separate episodes.
Funny.
So
I have a funny story about Hateful Eight.
Do you want to
go for it?
Tell it?
I do.
Go for it.
So Bruce Dern. I think I could actually call this guy a buddy. I think I could call him a buddy because I have his phone number and I've been to his house. Is that fair? Can I call him a buddy if I've had his...
You've been to his house, you know his address.
Yeah, like he's probably forgotten me. I don't know. He might not even be alive anymore. But anyways,
he is 83.
This guy, okay, so used to sell
Knew that
cars.
off the top of my head.
Used to sell cars for a living. And I was like his guy. And I don't know how this happened. Like, it just randomly happened. Like, he just showed up one day and bought a car, and I was the guy that sold him the car, and it just so happened that he remembered me the second time. But, like, the first time I sold him the car was before, it was, like, right after Big Love had, like, canceled. So he was kind of like I don't want to say a nobody, but he was, like, kind of like a forgotten, like, B-lister guy. And then, like, so we lease him a car, and then 3 years later he comes back to lease another car, and he's like just coming off the his big like run with Nebraska for all like the Academy Awards and Gold Globe and stuff like that. And he was talking about Hateful Eight, and it was like a really weird thing to like kind of be involved in because like he's not a guy that you can ever have a short conversation with.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Like Bruce Dern, and I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this or not, but like Bruce Dern's that guy that you're like, oh, dude, that's like you'll see him, and it's just like if you're not used to seeing celebrities, like you're like, oh, it's the celebrity guy, and I want to talk to him, and then like 45 minutes later, like you're seriously regretting starting a conversation with him. But anyways, like...
I hope Bruce Dern doesn't hear this because we still love you, Bruce Dern.
He doesn't like...
I would conversate with you throughout the Hateful Eight.
He's not...
I don't mind.
Anyways, he had already been cast in Hateful Eight, and...
Who does he
play? Does he play the Confederate guy? The Confederate general?
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's him. Okay, got it.
So
that guy,
he'd already been cast, and
Pete, you watched this movie today.
Why didn't watch the credits, bro? I don't know who that is.
God damn it.
Bro, he's not like a super famous guy.
Yeah,
like he's
not like when you said the character, I knew exactly.
You're
right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fuck. But anyways, like the whole time I'm like going through this like car selling process.
Fucking
it's like, okay, so I'm gonna be spending all this time in because originally it was supposed to be shot in Jackson Hole, and then it got moved to like Creed.
I still can't believe there's a place called Jackson Hole.
Yeah, I know, right? How do you get away with that?
I thought it was shot in Van Nuys.
Probably most of us. You know, I saw a sign for a place.
Or maybe it was the other way around.
Sore Finger Road. Just so you know.
My story sucked. I just realized.
Yeah, you know, you were talking crap about my cat story.
I don't know what was worse, the fucking cat story.
I was waiting for the punchline, and I was gonna be like, what? I was like, I'm gonna let this play out, and then I'm gonna bring up the cat story. I'm like, really? My cat story had sound effects.
I had a cool like inside moment with the movie because I was working with the guy that was about to be in it, so I was like learning all these things. It's like, oh yeah, we're shooting this movie. It's gonna be Hateful Eight. It's gonna be huge. La 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 la. And like as a normal person, like. When a script is written and they're casting it, like you don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? Like it was like, if you're not watching the video, I made a jerk off gesture. Like nobody cares. Like you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was like neat to me because I was like, oh, like this is it's kind of like, dude. Well, you walked in on the other Tarantino movie when it was getting filmed in Simi.
Oh yeah,
you guys just walking on Tarantino.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
It was a great movie, and I went for a run, and I was pissed when they were filming it because I was about to go for a run in the park over by where I live, and they were it was all blocked off. They were filming, and then so you know the scene where Brad Pitt. Sorry, spoiler alert if anybody hasn't seen it, but. The scene where Brad Pitt like beats the shit out of that kid who flattened his tire and he makes him fix the tire.
Yeah,
So after that, remember how they go and run and get the other guy like that was riding horses like to come and like help because
they were riding horses up in the park.
Tex guy or whatever. Yeah. So like when he gets back and Brad Pitt's already driving off, you know, when he's about to take off out of the driveway. Yeah. That's the entrance to that park.
Oh, nice.
It's right by my house, dude. I'll show you one of these times. Nice. Yeah, you'll trip out because that whole scene, you can totally tell it's right there. Like if you go in there in person, they built a set around it. Obviously, there's like these wooden houses and shit. It's really an open area. None of that's there normally, but it's pretty cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so you walk in on that and you see them filming this movie that you have no idea exists or you don't know what it's about at all. All you know is like you just walked in on a Tarantino movie that. The general public has no idea what it's about, or like they haven't started their big marketing push yet. Like it's just a dumb thing, but like it's just cool to kind of like be a part of it and like know a thing about something that's going to be big later on.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I had no idea what it was though, because usually it's the usual thing, like the security guys are like, you know, like, oh, I wasn't saying.
Well, they don't want you to like tip off TMZ or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right.
And then
because I wasn't asking like, oh my god, I want to see. I was just like, what's being filmed?
Could I have Brad Pitt's autograph?
Like what's being filmed casually, and the guy was just like, can't say it. And I was like, that makes sense. Yeah.
The weird irony or antithetical about like our two situations is like you walked in on a set and like nobody wanted to tell you anything about what was going on.
Versus you, where
and like I'm sitting at my desk,
held prisoner by this dude who's held hostage by this dude.
And this guy's telling me more shit than I ever wanted to know at all about anything about this movie. But Anyways,
But nothing more than what was in his confidentiality agreement.
Well, I didn't sign anything, so.
Well, not yours. That dude.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he violated every amount of every confidentiality.
Hey, real quick, did that camera shut off? Did that?
We have a few minutes.
I think we're good. Did we talk?
Yeah, I'm watching this stuff, guys.
Right, cool.
I'm an attentive.
No, but I think we should keep going. I think this is good. So we should probably I don't want it to shut off.
I don't think it's gonna shut off. I think we're fine.
You think it's never gonna shut off?
No,
I think it's gonna shut off.
Oh, what do you mean we have to keep going? We have to wrap it up.
We don't have to wrap it up. Why?
Yeah, we do. It's 26.
Why does that matter?
Because it's gonna turn off.
That one camera is.
In 3 minutes, we need to think of a video to play.
Why can't we just walk over there and start the camera? Well, these are rolling, right? These phones aren't stopping, right?
Yeah, but we need the master.
Yeah. Huh?
So
no. So what? It's one camera, dude. If we leave it on, we can keep going. I think this is going good. We haven't gotten boring yet. We're good.
We're always boring.
Yeah. I'm keeping this in there. Like we're good. We're fine.
That's fine. I know. I know. Everyone's thing is we're keeping it all in there. This is going in there too. That clip, don't clip.
But is it gonna shut off, or should we reset it now?
No, somebody needs to go over and.
Because we're for sure not gonna do another 30 minutes. So should we just reset it now?
Let's party.
Can you do it?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know.
I can't even close the app. This app scares me. I don't know what's saving his thing.
Just tuning in, because that's how that works with podcasts. Anyways, in the beginning, we talked about how cameras stop at 30 minutes, and we're there.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Still love you guys.
Let's go reset. Artie, you're on the edge.
I'm gonna hit the wrong thing.
Bro, there's a red button.
It's fine.
Like, it's like your shirt.
Just try it.
All right.
Do you remember the vitamin water ad?
Little red button on the top. It's little. It's like this big. No, don't touch that.
No, not that one.
Don't touch that.
Okay, thank God it didn't stop. See, when you touch it,
just the big camera.
Yeah, just that one.
On top. You're gonna see a little black button that has a red dot on it.
Like the main shooting one, like you're shooting a camera.
Not the big one.
Why am I talking? I don't know.
It's in front of it. There's a little no on top. Right there. Yeah, probably. Okay. Did it stop recording?
Your battery's almost dead in this camera anyway.
Okay, press record.
It won't stop.
Okay, then it's the wrong button. Why am I gonna crawl under the fucking table?
I don't know.
Your camera's battery's about to die anyway.
Well, and how long?
It's like blinking red.
Oh, it means we have like 7 or 8 minutes.
What if it's been going on for 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, fuck it. We'll just roll off these 2 phones until we're done. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, fuck.
So
you guys
Pete, you want to tell a story?
Yeah. So what I was gonna say earlier, because fucking Andre Weiss has a short ass memory.
I have a long memory. That's a lie.
A long memory where you forget every fucking thing.
That's a lie. That's the only thing I remember. But the battery's
okay, we're good. Dad, just go.
You go.
I'll go. That's right. I should.
So are we still gonna go for a little while?
Yeah,
fuck
let's
it. We'll go.
We gotta talk about.
I may have a short memory, but I am not a crook.
All right. What I was gonna say, going back to We Are the Flesh and the Music shit, which obviously I think the other shit was way more interesting, but here we go.
Yeah, but I think people probably tune in because they like
probably,
you.
Yeah, maybe.
Not.
Maybe a couple people. All right, so check this out. A lot of people, this is what I was going to say earlier. A lot of people will hit us up and tell us that they have to be careful about the samples. You know what I mean? About leaving all these movie samples that we have in our shit and our TV samples that we have in our songs. You know what I'm saying?
Can I talk about this?
Yeah, you can, but look at this motherfucker. Look what happened to his mic.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
What are you looking at?
I just
look at
what is on.
I fix it. I fix it. Don't do this.
ADD is this guy?
Guys.
What? Okay, so
I don't know why you guys were talking about Bruce something, and I just had to Google Bruce Vilanch. So
why Bruce Vilanch?
Just I don't know. Google it and you'll know.
I think okay. So
what were you gonna say?
The movie clips that you're getting to, because that was one of the things. Because I didn't come on board to this project day one. I came on day 7.
Yeah, you came in a couple weeks later.
But to like give people a little bit of insight, like I have 0% to do with the production of the music. Like they do their thing, and then they send it off. It gets mixed and mastered, and then it comes back. And I mean, sometimes I get to hear like a reference track, but like I don't help with the music at all. So there will be moments when I'm listening to a track and I'm like, and I would even be like that originally, where I'm like, so like, I don't think that like it's okay to like use that clip from that movie, that audio clip. And what's crazy is they're actually not clips, like they're impersonations. Yeah, they're impersonations. They sound really good.
So that was one of the things, like when we did the Purge video, I think was the first time it came up, and the guy who produced that video for us was like, hey, you got to be careful of the sample.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's not a sample, actually, that's me, that's like me doing all the stuff. So, and I'm not bringing this up to be like, hey, look at me, I'm fucking great. I'm just saying,
well, I'll bring it up to be like, hey, look at you, because it's really sweet.
No, it is. It's
really that's the best part. That's the beauty of it, because there's so many artists, bands, musicians, DJs, insert whatever, I'm sure many more words there are, that just, there's so much sampling and collaborations and stuff today, which is fine. I'm not speaking against that, but it's cool to be involved in a project where when we want to do different, like Shadowlands, for example, right? When we want to do that, like kind of like Eastern type of sample, done right there.
Yeah,
when we want to do the Purge, the siren,
Remember
and then like the ominous thing.
It's almost like this really cool legal loophole, because it's like, if you
Yeah.
say it, and we re-record it, then it's fair game. Like now, if we pull it from the movie, it's
then it's their property. It's their art that you're taking and you're putting it in as your own. Yeah.
But like having somebody who can do those impersonations is like,
yeah, because we do it out of tribute. Obviously, we do it for like themes and stuff, and like we try to do themes as much as we can, and just whatever crosses our mind that we think is cool, whether it's a movie or a concept, or Shadowlands is based off a maze, like a horror maze, like in here in Southern California. Every year there's not scary farms, so they have a bunch of scary mazes and like haunted houses type thing, and one of them is Shadowlands, so that's what it's based off of. But no, I appreciate that, guys, but like I bring it up just because it's so funny whenever it comes up. So like that guy was like, you might be careful of the samples in there. I'm like, oh, that's cool, it was me, dude. And he's like, oh, well, that's fucking cool. And then your buddy that you played Shadowlands for, now that you bring that song up, remember when he was like his notes on it, like
he was like, yo, you might want to take out that he's like, if that's a sample, make sure it's clear.
He typed in an email to us, be careful of that sample, guys, make sure you have clearance. So we're like laughing.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, like that's too funny, because I was like, that's not.
Yeah, hilariousness.
I love it.
But anyway, so just in case
I feel
you're
like
wondering,
it makes our job so much easier and better. You know what I mean?
In case you're wondering, or if you're ever like, oh, does this kind of sound like that guy? Like that's me. Like I'm doing all the samples for all the songs, so that's cool. All the voiceovers, all that shit. Anything else? What we got? Going?
What do we got going?
What are we talking about? Are we talking about anything? No, we're out of steam.
I think we're out of steam. I think we're good. I think we sufficiently bullshitted for 25 minutes and had 5 good minutes of stuff about music.
Hell yeah.
So,
all right. Well, hey, everybody who's still tuned in, just be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow us Instagram, everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube, everywhere you want to follow us. And we really appreciate the support. Until next time, we'll see you guys then. Gunfire. I got no love for you. 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 I got no
I should probably cut this.